have covered this parallel kind of circuit, right? So this is the numerical also that comes in your exam, that will do. But before that, let's do some of the important concept which they'll ask you definitely in midterm, that is related to the power. Okay, so basically what is power? Power is basically is divided into three category. Okay, one of the category is active power, another power is the reactive power, another power is the apparent power. Here active power is denoted by P, reactive power is denoted by Q, and apparent power is denoted by S. Active power standard formula is Vi cos phi, reactive power standard formula is Vi sin phi, active power standard formula is Vi. Active power is also known as true power or real power. Apparent power is also known as complex power. Okay, active power we'll use where resistive load is mentioned. Reactive power we'll use where inductive or capacitive load is there. Apparent power will use where there is a combination of RL, RC and RLC. Active power standard unit is watt, that is represented by W. Reactive power is represented by VAR, like its unit is VAR. VAR stands for volt, ampere, reactive, and complex power is unit is VA. Here VA stands for volt ampere. Okay, then after that they'll ask you generally about the power factor. So exactly what is power factor? Power factor is denoted by cos phi. ठीक है, power factor is basically denoted by cos phi. And what is phi? Basically that is phi is the angle between voltage and current. Okay, so cos phi is the power factor, it is denoted by PF also. ठीक है, तो वोल्टेज और करंट के बीच का जो भी एंगल होगा दैट इज phi. तो suppose we have done the numericals also based on like this. Suppose this is the numerical, and in this question suppose they ask you to calculate power factor, है ना? So power factor is cos phi, and what is phi? Phi is the angle between voltage and current. So here you can see the voltage angle is 0, right? And suppose you are getting the current angle, randomly I am taking the value, is 30 degree. So now can you tell me what is the angle between voltage and current? Like they said 0 degree, voltage का angle is 0 degree, so 0 degree is on the x-axis and current का angle is the 30 degree, so 30 degree is like this. तो voltage और current के बीच का angle is how much? 30 degree, so that is phi. So in this case power factor is cos 30. तो सिंपल है, मैक्सिमम ऑफ द स्टूडेंट गॉट कंफ्यूज कि पावर फैक्टर निकालना है, कैसे निकालना है एंड एवरीथिंग. सो यू डोंट नीड टू डू एनीथिंग, जस्ट you have to see ki what is the angle between voltage and current. Okay, like see this is the question from your paper, question paper, NTEM question paper. In this they have given the simple circuit, and as you can see that this one is the parallel circuit, right? So the very first mistake which students generally Manipal student do कि it's a Henry, ये नहीं देखते वो लोग, they'll feel like 4 plus j 0.02. No, so you have to see the units. It's a 4 ohm, that is a resistor. It's a Henry, 0.02 Henry, right? 0.02 Henry. So now tell me it's a L or XL? It's an inductor or inductive reactance if it's Henry. If that means it is L. So impedance is what? R plus J XL. but they don't provide you they don't provide you Excel, they provide you L. So for that we need to calculate Excel, and as I told you, the formula Excel is equals to 2 pi FL. So 2 as it is, 3.14. Frequency they have always given. If they provide you the L, 50, L is how much? 0.02. Okay, clear? So if you'll solve it, then you will get the particular value of Excel. Then you need to put that value 4 plus J, that value. ठीक है? Similarly, this is 200 microfarad. See, अगर यहाँ ओम होता तो then we can write it down directly also कि वो Excel होता या XC होता. But if they have given you in terms of L and C, means Henry and Farad, then in that case you need to convert it into Excel and XC for sure. Okay, so for this particular case we need to calculate XC, and as I told you, XC is equals to 1 by 2 pi FC. So 1 as it is, 2 as it is, 3.14 as it is, frequency 50 as it is, it's 200 microfarad. So 200 into 10 raised to power minus 6. If you don't know, write it down. 1 millihenry is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 3 henry. 1 microfarad is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 6 farad. 1 जनरली जो आता है मैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग बता रही हूँ. पिको फेरेड इज 1 into 10 raised to power minus 12 farad. 1 mega ohm is 1 into 10 raised to power 6 ohm. 1 kilo ohm is 1 into 10 raised to power 3 ohm. और क्या आता है? Generally you will get these kinds of notation, तो ये याद रखना. ठीक है? That means you need to convert it into standard notation first, and then you need to solve that question, right? So after solving you will get Z1 is 10 ohm, you will get Z2, you will get Z3. आ जाएगा Z1, Z2, Z3. So basically after getting input current, okay, input current, how we can get it? By calculating total voltage divided by total impedance. Total voltage is 100, total impedance they get it this one, so total current is this one, right? So now they are asking the power factor. As I just told you, what is power factor? That is cos phi. And what is phi? Phi is the angle between voltage and current. So voltage angle is 0 and current angle, if you solve it, then current angle is 17 minus 17.74, right? So what does this minus sign indicate? See, if I'll make the phasor diagram, 0 degrees here, then 17.75 negative है तो it would be on the downward side, 17.74. तो वोल्टेज और करंट के बीच का एंगल इज हाउ मच? 17.74 ना. So you can write it down like that, difference between the angle of voltage and current. So that would be cos of 17.74. So whatever you will get the answer, and if it is negative then you will write down lag, if it is positive then you will write down lead. Basically power factor is divided into two categories, one is the lagging and another one is the leading. For negative, जब एंगल नीचे बनेगा then we'll write down lag, अगर एंगल ऊपर बनेगा then we'll write down lead. Okay, now after that they are asking the total power consumed, right? They are asking the total power consumed. So basically maximum of the student ask, ma'am, total power is the apparent power, so that would be the apparent power, and you need to write down that apparent power in the form of P plus JQ. Okay, what is P over here? That is active power, Q is reactive power. So what is the formula of P? As I told you, VI cos phi. One more thing which you need to remember, write it down in your notes also, that we never use angle in calculation of power. ठीक है, जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे voltage ली, voltage was how much? 100 volt. तो I didn't take the angle, angle नहीं लेना, angle यहीं पे लेना है. ठीक है, multiplied by current we are getting as 20.72 minus 17.74. So we'll consider only the magnitude, that is 20.74, and cos phi you have already calculated, राइट तो वो एंगल यहाँ आ जाएगा, फाइव में आ जाएगा, अलग से वोल्टेज एंड करंट के लिए डोंट नीड टू टेक एंगल. cos phi was 0.95. Similarly, you can get the reactive power. Reactive power is VI sin phi. Voltage is same, current is same. Now if you have cos phi, can you get sin phi as well? You have two options. One of the formula cos square phi plus sin square phi is equals to 1, or we'll have the cos phi value. So we can get phi value by using cos inverse, by using calculator, and then we'll multiply it with the sine, we'll get sin phi. So after getting the value for active power and reactive phi की value, हाँ we can put it that one also, but we didn't, हाँ phi की value is 17.74. we can also put directly also. Now see, according to the midterm pattern, I'll tell you exactly the midterm pattern of Manipal, because you are the first year student, you don't know anything about the Manipal. So for one question you will definitely get from the parallel circuit, that is for sure. I'm telling you about the AC circuit. In the parallel circuit you are going to use maybe power factor और rectangular polar, तो use होगा ही होगा, ठीक है. Maybe one question you will get it from the series circuit as well. तो series circuit के किस टाइप के क्वेश्चन आते हैं, that I am going to tell you now. Okay, तो this is the question again from the Manipal only, I took it. Just read the statement. According to the statement I will write down the notations. They said a coil of 0.8 power factor. Coil means the combination of R and L. Okay, the very important point, because maximum of the student think कि coil का मतलब सिर्फ इंडक्टर है, नहीं, but the coil means the combination of R and L. Okay, तो they said कि coil का power factor is, coil power factor means 0.8. so whatever they'll say, we'll write it down side by side. Power factor, as you know, it is denoted by cos phi. Let me tell you one thing more, that parallel question is much easier than the series question, क्योंकि parallel question में fixed होता है, series question are little bit tricky. Okay, so power factor is denoted by cos phi, and the particular set for the coil, so coil means the combination of RL, and this they said that is 0.8, is connected in series with a 100 microfarad capacitor. So whatever they'll say, let's draw the diagram as well. Coil, the combination of R and L, and it is connected in series with a capacitor of 100 microfarad. Across an AC supply, we'll draw the AC supply like this. Of frequency, we'll write down frequency near to the AC supply, that is 50 hertz. Okay, the magnitude of the potential drop across coil, magnitude of potential drop across coil and the magnitude of potential across capacitor are equal, means this is the statement. You need to calculate R and L. As you know that we can write it like this, I into ZRL is equals to I into XC, right? So it's in the series, so current would be same, so it can be cancelled out, and if you know the C value, you can get the XC value as well, right? Yes or no? XC is equals to 1 by 2 pi FC. So C is how much? 100 microfarad. Will you be able to calculate XC? Then after that you will get the value for ZRL, impedance of R and L. Understood up to here? Okay, now see, after that we'll have triangle. Basically we'll have three triangle. One of the triangle is impedance triangle. This one base is the resistor, perpendicular is the inductor का resistance. Inductor resistance is XL or XC, and it is impedance. Okay, तो दिस इज इम्पिडेंस ट्राइंगल रेजिस्टर इम्पिडेंस एंड यहाँ पे परपेंडिकुलर में. सो इफ आई से कि कैन यू टेल मी द sin phi value, cos phi value and tan phi value? Will you be able to tell me? Sin phi is how much? Base by hypotenuse is r by z, and this one is xl by r, right? ठीक है. So why I'm telling you, because you don't need to learn all these formulas, you just need to learn impedance triangle, and from that impedance triangle you will be able to know that what is cos phi. Cos phi another formula is r by z. ठीक है. So why I'm telling you, because cos phi RL value is given, ZRL value we have calculated from here. Can we get the R value by this formula? Cos phi is equals to R by Z. So cos phi RL is how much? 0.8. R we don't know. ZRL we have calculated over here, that is equals to XC. So XC if we'll solve the value, so will we be able to get the value for R? ये बताओ. Yes or no? And R, that's what they have asked. You need to calculate R, that we have get, and then you need to calculate inductance. Inductance you can get it by ZRL. ZRL formula is, remember I told you, root of R square plus XL square. ZRL value you already know, that is equals to XC. R you have already calculated. Then after that you will get able to know XL, and after getting XL you will be able to get L by this formula. XL is equals to 2 pi FL. Yes or no? Now see, after this I told you impedance triangle. ठीक है, impedance triangle you need to remember. अब if I multiply current in the impedance triangle, then what it will become? Can you tell me? Like I into R, I into XL, or I into XC, or I into Z. Can anyone tell कि what it will, which triangle now it will become? Voltage triangle, because if I'll multiply current with the resistance, then it will become voltage triangle. So it's I into R, VR, I into XL, VL, I into C, XC, VC, I into Z, total voltage. VR is equals to I into R, VL is equals to I into XL, VC is equals to I into XC. Okay, and V is equals to I into Z. Now suppose if I'll multiply voltage with the current, so what it will become? Tell me. Power, exactly. So after multiplying it we'll get the power. यहाँ पे resistor है, so for resistor as I just told you will have active power, and active power is denoted by P. Inductor और capacitor के केस में will have reactive power. Reactive power is denoted by Q, and total power is the apparent power. Angle is phi. So if I'll apply cos phi, cos phi कितना हो जाएगा यहाँ से? Base by hypotenuse, right? P by S. तो पावर, अगर तुम्हें पावर फैक्टर यहाँ से निकालना है तो तुम यहाँ से भी you can get it. Another is we can use this formula if we will apply Pythagoras theorem, that is S square is equals to P square plus Q square. Write down this formula, this will become power triangle. तो as just I want to tell you कि ऐसे अलग से कुछ नहीं है power triangle. Main जो तुम्हें याद करना है that is impedance triangle. From the impedance triangle you will get the voltage triangle, and from the voltage triangle you will get the power triangle. अब suppose they'll ask you the voltage, तो if I'll apply Pythagoras theorem in this voltage triangle, so V is equals to, what will be formula become, VR का square plus VL minus VC का whole square. Yes or no? If I want to calculate power factor, तो what it will become, VR by V. तो तुम्हें impedance triangle याद करना है. From this automatically your formulas will be generated. Okay, so I'm saying to my student कि you don't need to learn any formula. ठीक है, main concept करो तो formula अपने आप हो जाएंगे. Anyways, write it down. One of the question again that will definitely come in your midterm and end term as well. End term में तो 100% is guarantee कि आता है ये. Midterm में again there is 95% chance that this type of question will come. And that question topic is power factor improvement. Okay, this is also mentioned in your syllabus. Let me show you. See, I covered this complex active power, reactive power, power factor, and then improvement of power factor. This is I'm going to tell you. So this is very, very, very important. Power factor improvement or improvement of power factor. So before explaining this, I want to tell you like one thing. Suppose I'm giving you one example. You are running a factory. ठीक है, you are running a factory. In factory you are using fan and you are using motor. Obviously मतलब fan तो होगा ही, fan, light and all, and you will use motor also because you are running a factory, right? So can you tell me fan is consuming which power? Fan is basically the resistive load, and I just told you कि resistive load is consuming which power? Tell me, active, reactive or apparent? Active power. Okay, and your motor is there. Motor is generally consuming reactive power. ठीक है, due to this use of motor, there is a lag in power factor. Okay, generally if I'll tell you कि power factor is cos phi and its value lies between 0 and 1. ठीक है, its values always lies between 0 to 1. If it is 1, that means it is resistive load. अगर cos phi की वैल्यू 1 है then mean it is resistive load, and resistive load के केस में it's unity power factor. यूनिटी मतलब 1 हो गया, पावर फैक्टर की वैल्यू 1 हो गई तो रेजिस्टिव लोड है. ठीक है, इफ सपोज इट इज 0.8 or 0.9, then that means you are using either inductive load or capacitive load. If you are using inductive load, then that means it's a lagging power factor, and if you are using capacitive load, then that means it's a leading power factor. ठीक है, तो आइडियली पावर फैक्टर की वैल्यू कितनी होनी चाहिए? 1 होनी चाहिए. बट इफ यू आर यूजिंग अ मोटर, देन इन दैट केस पावर फैक्टर स्टार्ट्स डिक्रीजिंग. ठीक है, ये समझ में आया कि इफ यू आर यूजिंग अ मोटर, देन इन दैट केस मे बी योर पावर फैक्टर वाज 0.8. बट इफ योर पावर फैक्टर 1 से वो 0.8 हो रहा है, देन इन दैट केस यू हैव टू पे पेनल्टी टू द गवर्नमेंट. ओके, ध्यान से सुनना ये स्टोरी. लाइक यू आर रनिंग अ फैक्ट्री. In factory you are using induction motor. Due to this inductive load, power factor starts decreasing, and due to this power factor starts decreasing, you have to pay penalty to the government. How much penalty? Like you need to pay 1 lakh rupees per month. Got it? ठीक है, यहाँ तक क्लियर? Why you have to pay penalty? Because you are using inductive load, and inductive load is present in that motor. But you are a genius because you are from Manipal. Then you run your mind and you thought ki why we have to pay 1 lakh rupees per month. Instead of this, you use one device. That device is named as synchronous condenser, and due to use of this device in your factory, that starts improvement of power factor. मतलब पहले power factor 0.8 था. Now you use one device in your factory only. You connected synchronous condenser, and due to the use of synchronous condenser, power factor starts improving and it reaches up to 0.95. Okay, maybe that synchronous condenser costs rupees 2 lakh. Okay, suppose I'm just randomly taking the values. Now your power factor improves from 0.8 to 0.95. Now what you need to do, you need to pay penalty to the government, because it's not one, but your penalty reduces to 10,000 rupees per month. ओके कि तुमने एक डिवाइस यूज कर अपनी फैक्ट्री में सिंक्रोनस कंडेंसर दैट इम्प्रूव्स द पावर फैक्टर फ्रॉम 0.8 to 0.95 and that reduces your penalty from 1 lakh per month to 10,000 rupees per month. So which option you will choose? Paying 1 lakh to the government per month or paying 10,000 per month to the government? Tell me. 10,000 now, so that's you are using to improve the power factor. ठीक है, right now that's you are using to improve the power factor. So similarly you will get these kinds of question. I told you the exact concept कि exactly क्या होता है, practically क्या होता है, why there is a need to improve power factor, because power factor अगर कम होता है तो there is a lot of problem, government को भी बहुत problem होती है, that's why they are asking penalty. So for that, in every kind of these question, you have to draw two power triangle. This is a standard format which I am going to tell you. इसके अलावा और कुछ भी नहीं करना, जो भी power factor improvement का question है, standard method बता रही हूँ, ये करना है. You have to draw two power factor, two power triangle. One is without improvement, another one is with improvement. Understood ना कि एक तुमने device use नहीं करा, that is without improvement. Suppose your cos phi is in this case is 0.8 and after improvement cos phi improves to 0.95. Okay, ठीक है, this is phi. तो without improvement, let us consider this one would be P1, Q1, S1. With improvement, this would be P2, Q2, S2. Okay. So with improvement and without improvement, जो तुम fan use कर रहे थे, that is same or different? मतलब synchronous condenser लगाने से पहले you are using fan. That is also same. Synchronous condenser के बाद भी तुम fan वही use कर रहे हो. So according to you, active power is same or different? Same only na, without and with improvement. So P1, and I am also marking this one because without and with improvement, active power must be same because there is no change in the resistive load. There is only change in the reactive load. तो उसकी वजह से रिएक्टिव पावर में चेंज आएगा, एक्टिव पावर विल रिमेन सेम. ठीक है, यहां तक कोई डाउट? तो विदाउट एंड विद इम्प्रूवमेंट पावर इज सेम. तो व्हाट दे विल आस्क यू जनरली Q1 एंड Q2. तो cos phi का फॉर्मूला इज P1 by S1 है ना. इफ यू नो cos phi, इफ यू नो P1, कैन यू गेट S1? cos phi 0.8, P1 दिया होगा डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली फॉर्म में. P1 दिया होगा, मे बी डायरेक्टली दे देंगे वो, मे बी इनडायरेक्टली दे देंगे वोल्टेज करंट की फॉर्म में. तो कैन यू गेट S1, ये बताओ. एंड इफ यू नो P1, इफ यू नो S1, कैन यू गेट Q1? Similarly, if you know P1, if you know cos phi, can you get S2? And if you know S2, can you get Q2? So the final conclusion is Q2 minus Q1 is equals to V square by XC